Greetings to everyone watching this video and welcome to our tour about animal cell.
We are aware of the fact that the cell is the simplest and smallest unit of life. It is also the basic structural unit found in every living organism.
So, what really is an animal cell? An animal cell is a type of eukaryotic cell that lacks a cell wall and has a true membrane-bound nucleus along with other cellular organelles.
Animal cells range in size from a few microscopic microns to few millimeters. The shape of animal cells also varies, with some being flat, others oval or rod-shaped. Furthermore, they also comprise other membrane-bound organelles and cellular structures which carry out specific functions necessary for a cell to function properly.
So now that we have an idea about animal cells, let us now proceed to the structure of an animal cell.
Animal cells exhibit the presence of DNA inside the nucleus. So what is this nucleus mentioned? It is an area where most of the genetic material or DNA is organized and expressed in. It controls all the chemical activities of the cell.
Another thing we have to acknowledge is the endoplasmic reticulum. What is this ER all about? It is a network of internal membranes extending through the cytoplasm, contains ribosomes making the proteins that enter into the inner compartment of the ER. As mentioned earlier that the ER contains ribosomes, how do they function? What are these ribosomes? Ribosomes are tiny organelles made of proteins that translate information from the nucleus, made up of RNA-rich cytoplasmic granules, and they are the sites of protein synthesis.
Now let's proceed to the cytoplasmic granules or cytoplasm that we mentioned earlier. Cytoplasm is a jelly-like material which contains all the cell organelles enclosed within the cell membrane. The substance found within the cell nucleus contained by the nuclear membrane is called the nucleoplasm.
As we are talking about cytoplasm, we mentioned cell membrane. So let's talk about membranes in general. Thus, did you know that animal cells have cell membranes and nuclear membranes? What are differences between these two? Cell membrane is a lipid-rich membrane that surrounds the cell, forming a boundary from its environment. Also, it controls the entry and exit of nutrients and other microscopic entities into the cell. While nuclear membrane is a double membrane structure that surrounds the nucleus, it is also referred to as the nuclear envelope.
Vacuoles are also part of the membrane. It is cell involved in maintaining shape and storing water, food, waste, and etc.
Not only vacuoles, but nucleopores are also present in membrane as well. They are tiny holes present in the nuclear membrane which are involved in the movement of nucleic acid and proteins with the cell. Let us not forget about the lysosomes too. These are round organelles surrounded by a membrane and comprising digestive enzymes which help in digestion, excretion, and in the cell renewal process.
In addition, we have the powerhouse of the cell, which is also known as mitochondria. These are spherical or rod-shaped organelles with a double membrane. They are the powerhouse of a cell as they play an important role in releasing energy.
Another organelle is the Golgi apparatus, a flat, smooth-layered, sac-like organelle which is located near the nucleus and involved in manufacturing, storing, packing, and transporting the particles throughout the cell.
Lastly, we have the blueprint to produce an organism's trait. It is also known as the soul of cell or DNA deoxyribonucleic acid. Plant cells and animal cells share some common features as both are eukaryotic cells. However, they differ as animals need to adapt to a more active and non-hereditary lifestyle. Furthermore, Animals need to acquire their own food, therefore, they do not possess any of the specialized cell organelles such as chloroplast.
Now that we are familiar with the structure and definition of animal cells, we hope that you have learned from this video, and it has been a pleasure to be your host in this tour.